Those are cute fucking wolves. Hey, how you doing? My name is Justin. I just watched the Proud to Be YouTube Spotlight. Um, well, I've mentioned this a lot of times before, and my stance on this, my stance is the fact that I actually defend them. I do. I think they're doing perfectly fine. Out of all honesty, I'm part of that community. I am pansexual, and I can understand the transgender thing because I lost my first love to suicide because when he moved, he was homeschooled to publicly schooled. What ends up happening is you get a lot of bullies, you get a lot of people who don't agree with that, and they make fun of them constantly. Ended up happening is he ended up committing suicide. My first love. This was honestly the day I realized I wasn't straight, but I wasn't gay. I couldn't really call it bi because I really didn't give a fuck. So I am actually pansexual. I'm proud to be that way. But if there's anyone out there that is ever in that type of position, you have my support. You do, out of all honesty. And it's weird because the transgender community that I've been around hates my guts, even though I've done nothing but nice things. Ow. I've done nothing but nice things for them. And, you know, here's how I see it. I'm doing this for my first love. I'm not doing it for anyone else. So I'm doing it for my first love. That's why I defend the transgender community. Even then, I still would defend them. I would have figured out one way or another to defend them because I would have bumped into one of them and I would have had an interest with them just because of how they are as people. Some of them were rude, but some of them are nice. Some of them are actually nice people. And for anyone wondering, it was female to male, and they were homeschooled. I ran away from fights at this time because I didn't want, uh, you know, I didn't want him to kind of have to see me in pain or in hurt. So I'd run away from fights. So he was really a good influence on that until in the middle of my I forget. I was in middle school. In the middle of that year, person had to move. What ended up happening is I ended up hearing nothing back, and I left an email, and I got the. I mean, we talked back and forth before an email. So what ends up happening is I get no replies for 3 months, and then I get one reply from his parents saying that he committed suicide. Now, now keep in mind, like we were talking in the beginning when he moved, but the communication just stopped, and I got pissed off, and I started like getting angry because I thought that maybe it was my fault, and I'll have to constantly tell myself that it wasn't my fault. And I felt bad after I heard the news. I said sorry to all the people that I kind of yelled at, and they didn't know at the time, and I didn't know what the word was at the time. But yes, I am pansexual, although it's debated if that's real or not. That is what I'm proud to be. You can't change much of your future or past, and I'm not really much of an activist about it or anything like that. I actually prefer to kind of keep it kind of you know treat it normally. If somebody finds out, they find out. That type of mindset. If they find out, they find out. If they don't, they don't. I just don't care anymore about what people think of me anymore. I've kind of learned to kind of ignore them, and I think that's what we all need to start doing. It's like, oh, we were told to keep silent about it, and that would help us out, and that was part of the trailer. I'm like, no, but being a smart aleck, for example, I saw another video of somebody who was in the transgender community. A good example, a bad example of the community. Just saying that this guy was a fascist because he thought differently. Instead of ignoring him, not saying anything, just kept on egging him on, and then he got beaten up. the transgender woman got beaten up, and that was annoying. That was annoying for the fact that you just didn't shut your fucking mouth. Just say, please leave us alone, and then walk away. If they try to start a fight, then run. Don't just stand there and go up in their face like you're a drill sergeant and say, we don't care about you. Because you're going to egg them on. Alright? Look, I'm not saying keep in the silence, but rely on those that kind of give you hope. Not the other way around. Just rely on that. You should be fine. Um, that's all I have to say, and just continue doing you and be yourself, man. Man, it doesn't matter. Peace. That's what I feel about this whole proud to be hashtag. So yeah, I mean, I'm proud to be this. I'll contribute to it, but I'm not going to be an activist upon it. Um, Mainly because I just don't really care. I have my whole life to live. I don't want to have the label activist on my job description. I don't want that on there. I'd much rather not. Yeah, I'd much rather not. It's already bad enough that I decided to do some stupid stuff in middle school. I don't need that to be on the list of things. So yeah. I mean, I'll defend them every now and again, but like it's only going to be like occasionally, you know? It's just occasionally I'll do it. Like if I bump in it and I see somebody getting discriminated about it, I'll step in, I'll defend them because I'm part of I'm part of the community as well. So no matter how many people say I'm not, I am. I just don't like talking about my story because it's a little depressing. So bye and see you, and just remember, just be yourself, man. I don't honestly care who you are. I don't care. I'm as accepting as I get, and that's all I have to say. I mean, I was a matchmaker for a bunch of people who were transgender too, so I kind of already. I mean, I specialize in that. Like, um, outside of school, around not the Grafton area, but the Newport News area, I was known for doing that. Just bringing people together, especially the transgender community, to get some issues figured out. So this is Ricochet signing out, and um, peace out. As well as just remember to um, just remember that I'm not. I don't mean that in a way like I mean I used to matchmake people together. I don't do that anymore, but that's a story for another time. So see ya.